What is Clawbot? The new frontier of autonomous AI liability. What is Clawbot, and why innovation without governance is the enterprise's biggest threat? In the first half of 2026, a specific term has rapidly ascended from developer forums and open-source repositories into the high-level briefings of the modern C-suite, the Clawbot. Derived from the viral OpenClaw project, originally known as Clawbot, a Clawbot represents a fundamental shift in how we perceive artificial intelligence. For the past 2 years, the world was enamored with chatting, marveling at LLMs that could summarize emails or write poems. But when someone asks, "What is Clawbot?" the answer isn't about conversation, it's about action. It is a persistent, autonomous AI agent designed to claw into your digital ecosystem, navigating browsers, interacting with third-party APIs, and even managing secure messaging apps like Signal or WhatsApp to execute multi-step workflows without human intervention. However, for any enterprise leader, the rise of the Clawbot brings a critical, existential question to the forefront of corporate strategy. If an autonomous bot is acting on your behalf, who is liable when it makes a mistake? The power of the claw, understanding autonomous execution. To understand what is Clawbot, one must first understand the failure of traditional automation. Legacy robotic process. Automation, RPA, is notoriously fragile. If a website developer moves a submit button 3 pixels to the left, the script breaks. A Clawbot is built differently. It utilizes LLM-driven computer vision and semantic reasoning to perceive digital environments much like a human does. It doesn't follow a rigid script. It follows a goal. If a Clawbot is tasked with verifying vendor compliance filings, it doesn't just look for a specific URL. It searches, navigates, interprets document text, and synthesizes a result. Whether it's an agent gathering competitive intelligence or a bot managing a complex CRM integration, Clawbots represent a massive leap in innovation in artificial intelligence. They are the hands that the brain of the LLM has been waiting for. Yet, this same autonomy is precisely what makes them a high-risk asset in regulated industries like banking, healthcare, and insurance. The governance gap. Why Clawbots cannot run naked. The very characteristic that makes a Clawbot powerful, its ability to act independently, is its greatest liability. In a standard chatbot environment, a hallucination is a nuisance. In an autonomous environment, a hallucination is an unauthorized transaction or a legal commitment made without oversight. As we move toward 2026, the question of what is Clawbot safety becomes a priority. Security researchers have already identified vulnerabilities in ungoverned Clawbot instances, ranging from indirect prompt injection, where a bot reads a malicious instruction hidden on a third-party website, to unauthorized data exfiltration. For the enterprise, an unowned Clawbot action leads to 3 primary failure modes. The regulatory hammer, with the enforcement of the EU AI Act and secondary waves of domestic regulation, autonomous agents that access sensitive data without proper disclosure will trigger massive penalties. Structural audit failures. If a Clawbot's decision-making process is a black box, it cannot be reconstructed for auditors. If you cannot explain why an agent took an action, you cannot defend it. The hallucination tax. This is the cost of manual remediation. As discussed in our hallucination tax analysis, if a fleet of Clawbots hallucinates data into a live database, the cost of the human labor required to clean up the mess often exceeds the initial productivity gains. This is why the completion and compliance layer is non-negotiable. You cannot let a Clawbot run naked in your enterprise. It requires a deterministic governance shield that validates the bot's intended action against hard business rules before the action hits the real world, preparing for the agent-to-agent economy. The rise of the Clawbot is just the beginning of an architectural shift toward toward the agentic era. We are moving toward a world where your company's Clawbot will negotiate directly with a vendor's agent. A successful innovation strategy isn't about stopping the progress of these agents. It's about providing them with the steering wheel and brakes they need to operate safely. As we explore in our guide on safe enterprise AI adoption, architecture must precede intelligence. Innovation in 2026 means building a stack that is quantum safe and edge-ready. Governance must be decoupled from the intelligence, the LLM, and move to the execution, the completion layer. Summary: from innovation to deterministic reality. A Clawbot is a brilliant piece of innovation, but without a governance framework, it is simply an unmanaged liability. Whether you are building out private data centers to support your agentic fleet or deploying your first pilot, the goal must be deterministic innovation. Don't let your autonomous agents scale your risk faster than you can manage it. Stop guessing where your Clawbot exposure concentrates. Your agents are moving fast. Your governance needs to move faster. Use our risk estimator to run the numbers, size your gap, and ensure your agentic roadmap is as secure as it is innovative. codien.callvu.com